Hi friends, it's me, Mr. Wilson, and I am back with our last math lesson of the 2019-2020 school year. How exciting! And it is technically the last day of e-learning if you get all of your work done. But if not, you have till Friday. So, we are working on problem solving using logical reasoning, okay? So, we're going to learn this strategy in multiple pages. I'm going to do 3 pages with you, and then you can skip the 4th page, and then the homework is if you would like. So, Sarah, Barb, and Aaron each wrote a different expression. The expressions were 3 plus 5 times 2, parentheses 3 plus 5 parentheses times 2, and 3 times 5 plus 2. The value of Barb's expression is 13. The value of Aaron's expression is an even number. Which expression did each person write? So, what we know is the value of Barb's expression is 13. And the value of Aaron's expression is an even number. So what we're trying to find is which expression did each person write. So we're going to use logical reasoning. So it means we're going to actually find the value of each expression and solve using our own logic, our own thinking. So we know that when there are no parentheses, you have to do multiplication and division first. So we know that 5 times 2 is 10. And then when you add 3, that gives you 13. So 3 plus 5 times 2 is actually Barb's expression. So they wrote Barb. And then here they have the 3 options for each lady. And then they put an X for Sarah and Aaron. And then a yes for Barb because Barb's is 3 plus 5 times 2 because that equals 13. And now we come to 3 plus 5 in parentheses, so we have to do that first. So 3 plus 5 equals 8 times 2 equals 16. Now that could be Aaron because that's an even number, but we need to go ahead and double check what is happening down here before we can say that that's Aaron. So 3 times 5, we're going to do first because we do a multiplication instead of plus first. So 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 equals 17. So 17 is not an even number, so Aaron's has to be 16. So that's why they wrote Aaron, yes, when it says parentheses 3 plus 5, parentheses times 2. So that means Sarah is 3 times 5 plus 2. And then does our answer make sense? Yes. Because the value, if I could spell value right, V-A-L-U-E, of each expression matches the clues. Okay. So on some of the problems, you might actually want to draw a box like this and give your options and then who, because then it's easier to check mark who does what and what the clues actually say. So as we move on to 552, that's what we're actually going to do. We're actually going to make our box down here in the solve, but we'll go ahead and go through the rest of it first. Excuse me. So Caleb, Ty, Joyce, and Lawanda each have one of 4 pets. Ty does not have a dog or fish. Joyce does not have a bird or fish. Caleb has a cat. What pet does each person have? So the facts we know are, we know some pets that people don't have. And we know that Caleb's pet is a cat. Okay. What do we need to find? The pet for each person. So what's our plan? We're going to make a table to organize our clues. And we're going to use logical reasoning. Okay, so to draw our chart, we need to draw a big rectangle. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. And then this way we need 5 as well. You always need one more than the number of things that you have. So we have 4 pets and 4 people, so we need 5. So going down, we're gonna have our pets. So this side is pets. So we have cat, dog, fish, bird. And then across, we're gonna have names. So we have Caleb, Ty, Joyce, LaWanda. Okay, and we know Caleb has a cat, so that means Caleb is a yes for cat, no for dog, no for fish, no for bird. That means Ty, Joyce, and LaWanda can't have a cat. And we know Ty does not have a dog or a fish. So that means Ty has to have the bird. So that means Joyce and LaWanda don't have a bird. And it tells us Joyce does not have a bird or a fish. So Joyce already doesn't have a cat or a bird, so we need to mark off fish. So we know Joyce has a dog. So if LaWanda can't have a dog, she has the fish. So does our answer make sense? Yes. Because we organized what we knew. Oh, Lord. Knew in a table. And I reasoned. By I mean we reasoned together. We reasoned about what was unknown. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and do the next page together as well. And then I'm going to let you do your homework page by yourself. So, solve each problem by using logical reasoning. Marley places her language book next to her science book. Her math book is next to her reading book. Which is next to her language book? What is one possible order? Oh, her math book is next to her reading book, which is next to her language book. So, we could have, because language is next to science, and math is next to reading, which is next to language. So, we can have, which therefore science is next to language, so we could have that. So one possible order is math, then reading, then language, then science. You could also have, and then you could reverse that, science and language, then reading, then math. Okay? So it's just about making sure you read carefully the story problem and then writing your details out over here in order to figure out what the answer is. So 3 friends will put their money together to buy a game that costs $5. So we have $5 it costs. Dexter has 5 quarters and 6 dimes. Belle has 6 quarters and 8 dimes. Emmett has 5 coins. If they have 10 cents left over, what coins does Emmett have? So we need to figure out what Dexter and Bell have together. He has 5 quarters, which equals $1.25. Then he has 6 dimes, which equals 60 cents. Bell has 6 quarters, which equals $1.50. And she has 8 dimes, which equals 80. So we have 5 plus 0, 0, 0, which is 5. We have 2 plus 6 is 8. Plus 5 is 13. Plus 8 is 21. So we put our 1, our decimal, carry a 2. So then we have 2, 3, 4. So we're currently at $4.15. So if we want to know what Emmett has, we need to subtract $4.15 minus 5 because that's what he has to pay. So $5 minus $4.15. You can't do 0. You can't borrow. So 5 becomes a 4. 10 becomes a 9. 0 becomes a 10. So once we borrow, we subtract. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 1 is 8. 4 minus 4 is 0. So Emmett has to come up with 85 cents plus 10 cents left over. So what combination of coins can we have that equals 85 plus 10 cents, which is 95 cents? Well, 3 quarters equals 75 cents. So then 75 plus 10 is 85. And then we need another 10 to equal our 95. So these are both dimes. So we would have 3 quarters and 2 dimes. Okay, number 3. Rod is less than 17 years old. The sum of his digits in his age is even and greater than 4. But both digits are odd. So he's less than 17, but he's in double digits. So he could be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The sum of the 2 digits are even. So 1 plus 0 is 1, so it can't be 10. 1 plus 1 is 2, so it could be 11. 1 plus 2 is 3, can't be 12. 1 plus 3 is 4, they could be 13. 1 plus 4 is 5, it can't be that. 1 plus 5 is 6, he could be 15. 1 plus 6 is 7, it can't be 16. So then it tells you when you add the 2 digits together, it's greater than 4. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, so it's not greater than 4. 1 plus 3 is 4, but it's not greater than 4. Then 1 plus 5 is 6, which is greater than 4. And then finally it tells us both digits are odd. 1 is odd and 5 is odd. So Rod is 15 years old. So finally we have Jan is 3 inches taller than Dan. Ellie is 2 inches taller than Jan. If Ellie is 54 inches tall, how tall are Jan and Dan? So Ellie is 54. Ellie is 2 inches taller than Jan. So for Jan, we need to do 54 minus 2, which would give her 52 inches. tall. And then Jan is 3 inches taller than Dan. So Dan, we need to take Jan's number, 52, minus 3, which equals 49 inches tall. Okay? I know this was a bit of a long, but this is an important strategy to know how to do. So make sure, remember, first page of the homework on problem solving is just review. Try to accomplish a few of these problem solvings on page 556. And then once you do that, you may get on IXL for the final time this school year if you choose, and complete IXL Q3 and Q4. It is all skills based off of our problem solving lesson today. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you soon. Bye.